Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the James Bourke Show. I am the visitor for today, Ben Davis, and this is our fantastic host, James Bourke, everybody. How are we doing today, James?
Very good. How about you?
I am doing fantastic. I am having a whole bunch of fun, and I'm glad you invited me on your show. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today. How about yourself? What do you think?
I think we are too.
Yeah? Well, we've got a lot of topics that we want to cover today. One of the main ones that you had mentioned that you wanted to cover was bowling. I believe you were talking of the candlepin variety, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. That old New England tradition that hasn't made it any further south than Connecticut. Do you like candlepin bowling as opposed to regular bowling?
Yes, I do.
Yeah? Much easier to handle with the smaller balls, and the pins are a little easier, and it's a little less chaotic, right?
That's correct.
That's right. Did you ever do Special Olympics bowling? Or were you strictly a basketball man?
Candlepin bowling.
Candlepin bowling, yes. How did that go?
Wonderful.
It went wonderful. That's good. I'm glad that it went wonderful. I haven't been candlepin bowling in many years. I was just a small lad once when I went. I never really got the hang of it, but then again, I never really got the hang of bowling in general. I didn't really do much of that. I injured my back once, and that made it a lot harder to do the whole bowling thing. But candlepin would probably be more up my alley nowadays.
Out.
Yes, very much ouch.
Before we talk today, I want to talk about some candlepin bowling, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. It's your show, Jay.
I think give me a chance to finish. I want to really thank. Can I say?
Go for it.
I want to thank the host who did candlepin bowling, Dan Gillis, Philippine person director, Ralph Stewart, the Dutton referee, and Al Didio on the tonic scoreboard, and Keith Williams on the big books for folks' hair. And the other one is John Lowry for putting the show together on 10:05 in Boston when they lost it. And so I mentioned, it's okay if I go forward one more time?
Yeah, we've got plenty of time.
I want to thank Don Gillis, the host of Candlepin Bowling, and Philippine person and director, and Ralph Stewart, that and referee, and for on the warp line where he sits. That I meant to say. Our Didio tonic scoreboard, Keith Williams, and the big board, folks are here. And the last one is John Lowry, standing and coordinator. That means he put it together, he keeps it together. And I want to thank 10:05 again for this TV channel for holding bowling for 38 years on 10:05 from the fairway in Natick, Massachusetts, and Hereford, Massachusetts for the noontime show, the worker shows, and the wife tournaments in August, the end of August, on every Saturday nights from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. Now let's talk about what we're going to talk about today, but the beach.
Yes, the beach. Last summer, you and I both went to Hampton Beach. We had a fun little trip out there. We stayed on the Ocean Boulevard. The hotel room had a fantastic view of the ocean. It was a little blinding in the mornings, but overall it was fun. We walked up and down Ocean Boulevard, saw the sights, tasted the food, went in the ocean, froze our feet off. It was very, very cold. We went after Labor Day weekend, which, I mean, if you're gonna go to Hampton Beach after Labor Day weekend's probably the time to go because most of the crowds are gone. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. Although there was one issue where I was like, maybe we should plan this better. Whatever you do, don't go to the beach the day after a 3-day seafood food festival because God Almighty, it does not smell pleasant.
You got that one.
I almost got knocked down several times, and it wasn't from stumbling on the loose cobblestones. It was from the smell of 3-day-old shrimp. And I'm not a shellfish fan to begin with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we had a really great time doing that. The trip out there from Keene was a little hectic. I was driving out and I had some issues with my car. Not any major issues, but enough that it scared and worried Jay the entire time, didn't it?
Yeah, big time.
No, it was bad. It was fine, but I didn't fix it for a long time. I waited about 4 months afterwards to get it fixed. I brought it to the mechanic, and he said that he had never he described the damage as catastrophic, and he had never seen a wheel bearing that bad. So that's never something you want to hear from a mechanic. Catastrophic. Or I once had a mechanic say that a piece of my car was screaming, which when metal is screaming, you know you've gone too far. But we had a fantastic time going out to the beach. We stopped at 2 separate pizza places, one on the way out and one on the way back.
And told them who was the work there.
Oh, yes. The first place that we stopped at was the Pizza Man of Hooksett in Hooksett, New Hampshire, which is a place that I had spent almost a full decade of my life working at. It was a nice little trip back. We had a good time, good food. It was enjoyable. I was able to see the place, see it hadn't changed. Knocked my manager, made a couple of jokes. We went, we had a good time out there, and we went out and we went to the beach. We had a really good time out there too. What would you say was your favorite part of the trip out to the beach?
The ocean.
The ocean, yes. He really enjoyed it. We spent I don't know how many hours, but it was I would say probably about 8 hours in the ocean, wading out as far as we could and then running back in before we got too splashed because neither of us brought bathing suits because we're thinkers. What can I say? Oh no, it was a lot of fun. We stayed in the water until I lost all sensation in my toes. I don't know if you were feeling anything in your feet by the time, but we went pretty far out.
I fell with a pen.
We almost got towed out by the waves a couple of times.
Yes, we did.
Oh man. a lot of fun. And then we had to fight off a seagull to get back to the boardwalk.
And
Oh man, it was a lot of fun going to the beach. We walked up and down Ocean Boulevard quite a number of times. We played a whole bunch of games at the arcade. What would you say was your favorite game that we played at the arcade?
don't want the ball pops up.
Oh, the
Papa.
the whack-a-mole.
Yes.
Yes, Three Stooges whack-a-mole. That was a lot of fun. I personally enjoyed watching you play Time Crisis, and just like trying to dodge everything that was going on, ducking around the corner. That was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yes, and then the racing game, was very enlightening because. Honestly, on the way out there, I was like, you know what? This is a little hectic. I'm feeling a little stressed driving out here. Maybe I'll let Jay drive on the way back. And then I watched how you played the Daytona, whatever it was, racing game. And I'm like, oh, no, Jay's not driving my car. You ended up going halfway through the race upside down on a Lamborghini with a sunroof, which would have given you a nice close-cut shave. No, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of fun to be had. I think your least favorite part of the trip was my snoring. Because I snore like a lumberjack sawing a forest in half.
Wow.
Very aggressively. That's all right. I was only sleeping for a brief amount of time. You did not even notice, but it was a lot of fun. Shout out to the Hampton Hotel. That was a fun place to stay at, and we enjoyed it. And the Harborside Cafe. That was a lovely restaurant right downstairs.
And those guys were so nice to us.
They were very nice to us, which is always what you want, especially when you're on vacation. But you would think it's not peak tourist time, that maybe they're a little burnt out. The season's been over. It's been a long summer. They'll probably be in a mood. Nah, it was fantastic. We had a lot of fun. It was a wonderful trip, but we only got lost like twice. But that was only momentarily. I only missed 2 or 5 turns, depending upon whose version of events you want to believe. Mine are the GPS's. And then on the way back, we decided to avoid 101 and every vehicle on 101 blowing past us in an aggressive manner. And so we took the scenic route back. It was only 2 hours back from the beach, which is a long time. But we were sunburnt and we were a little damp because we had went out to the beach one last time, and I don't know if this happened for you, but this happened for me. I waited a little too far out, and my entire shorts got soaked. Not like completely soaked, but enough where it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be wearing wet shorts for the next 2 hours. Thankfully, it was warm enough that it dried by about an hour and 45 minutes in. We were almost home. We were just getting into Stoddard, and I'm like, oh, okay, now my pants are dry. How about you, Jay? Did you end up getting soaked?
Couple times.
Couple times. Oh my goodness. That was quite the adventure. We went on the way back. We stopped at Sal's Pizza, also in Hooksett, New Hampshire. I don't know why we stopped in only Hooksett. Mainly because that's the area that I knew, and because I didn't stop in time to go to another one previous to that. So we ended up there. Someone thought he had recognized you from coming in before. I'm pretty sure that was your first time in Hooksett.
It was.
It was.
Yes.
Jay just has one of those faces. And this was pre-glasses, so you really looked like you could have been anybody. Now with the glasses, you're a much more distinguished gentleman. It's much more, oh, that's Jay. Wouldn't you say?
Big time.
Big time. I had just gotten used to you wearing the glasses, and then you had them off for a couple of days. I almost didn't recognize you.
This is true.
Yes. I was like, is that Ryan? It can't be Ryan. Ryan's at home today. Of course, your brother, who is not your twin, but everybody thinks you're twins. You just have that strong family resemblance.
And I don't get it.
He doesn't get it, and quite honestly, once you spend some time around him, you don't get it either. But there is a thing to be said for family resemblance.
Okay.
Yes. So that was fun. What do you think? We're going to do another beach trip this year, or are you going to?
We hope to.
We hope to, yes. Before the summer ends or after the summer ends?
During the summer.
During the summer, that's right. We're going to be fighting the crowds off with a stick. If you see us in Hampton, say hello. Or better yet, don't. Stand back 5 to 10 feet and just hand us your wallet. That's all. If we're gonna buy boardwalk stuff, we got to afford boardwalk prices, and if you want to subsidize that, feel free. Oh man! So, what would you say is your favorite vacation destination? Would it be the beach, or do you have another place that you enjoy more than the beach?
The beach.
The beach. Would you say strictly Hampton, or is it just any beach whatsoever?
Hampton Beach.
Hampton Beach. That's right. The one redeeming spot in New Hampshire if you want to go to the beach. Stay away from Rye. That's all I got to say. If you get too near Seabrook, you might start glowing. We don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen.
No. Study's still out. So, is there anything that you wish we had done at the beach? You wish we had been there during peak season so things would have been open?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, do you want to go boogie boarding? No? What about full surfing?
Yes.
Yeah. What about windsurfing? I feel like you would be a good windsurfer. You ever see that? Just the giant shark fins just hanging in the ocean, cutting through. You're a seafaring man. I think you can handle it.
Yes.
Yes. No, it was an enjoyable time. The only downside I would say is when you're there off season, almost everything is closed. And you look in the distance and you see a store and you're like, I bet that place is open. The lights look on. And you walk and you walk and you walk and you get there.
Except for nighttime.
Mm-hmm. Smash cut. Night. And it turns out they have been closed for 4.5 days. And you just missed them.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, man. So, Jay.
So, Ben.
What else would we like to talk about? We've I think we might have beaten them over the head with a bit of the beach.
Can we talk more about candlepin bowling?
We can talk more about candlepin bowling. Yes, Channel 5.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thanks.
Are we going to run through the thanks for?
The reason is that for Ribbon saying, James Bourke should come down and watch us in person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means come down during the taping.
Yeah.
And if they tape that day, 4 shows that day.
Oh. So
and if they did 2 shows in August,
mm-hmm.
but if they arrive,
mm-hmm.
so you can watch it being taped as in person,
Yeah.
like what we're doing here.
Yes. We have a few guests in the audience, in the control room and out in the larger area watching. It's always nice to have a live crowd. If you guys want to come down, feel free to just guess a random day that we might be recording. Come on down to Fax TV. I'm sure they'll let you in.
And the guy, oh, I mean, the guy I didn't mention today
Yeah.
is Brian for videotape. He was to work the cameras
Mm-hmm.
for the bone action,
Yes.
and there are people too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, want me to say it one more time to make sure
All right.
if it's okay.
It's your show, Jay.
Dan Garris, the hostess of Dan Garris, and Full Weapon, person director, and Ralph Stewart, Wapon Dutson Waffaway.
Mm-hmm. And that's not Rod Stewart, the singer.
No.
No. Well, that would be interesting. I mean, if it was cricket, I'm sure he would be all over that. He doesn't strike me as a bowling kind of guy, though.
I didn't have a chance to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jay.
It's okay, Ben. So I'm gonna say it one more time. First, I want to thank the hostess, Dan Garris, number one. Full Weapon person director. Put it all together, and Ralph Stewart, Wapon Dutz, and Waffaway. So he was to sit on the warp line, and Al Didio, he was to do the tonic scoreboard. Keith Williams, they was to keep score on the big board for folks ahead, and Don Wally was to help Ralph Stewart putting shows together every weekends, and Dutch Howard for videotape for taping the shows every week. And I would say one more thing if I can. Also, I want to thank my grandfather. His name is Granby Bourke, for taping the shows for I. 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday at noon, for Candlepin Scans from Pilgrimage and Hereford, and Sunday at noon from Pike Pitch Ranch in Windham, New Hampshire. And he did it, he taped it, but it was automatic. It was on timer. And that's what we had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Tape shows from the VCR to the timer. Not go ahead, Brian.
Nah, yes, of course. We got to record it from the VCR with the timer. We don't have this fancy TiVo stuff that you guys have or streaming. If we wanted to watch something, we had to find a tape that was sitting on a shelf and hope that it wasn't your parents' wedding tape when you recorded over so that you could watch whatever it was that you wanted to watch. For me, I got in trouble for recording a Batman the Animated Series episode. It was very good. Heart of Ice, one of my favorites. I recorded that over my sister's 3rd birthday tape. But not now. You don't have to do that now. Now you just go to YouTube and you type in what you want, or you go to Live Leak or the Pirate Bay or whatever you end up watching things on. But you don't have to do all of the hard work that we had to do to make sure that the timings were automatic to catch all of the Candlepin action in both Haverhill and in Windham. I did not realize that it was coming from 2 locations. I figured it would have just strictly been coming from Massachusetts if it was on Channel 5. But I could see the New England appeal, bringing it up to New Hampshire, mixing it up a little bit. And Wyndham's not that far over the border, especially in relation to Haverhill.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
Because it turned over to the NBA, the mass bonus reservations.
Ah, okay. Well, that would explain that. So do they still record the bowling over there?
No.
No. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. But we still have the tapes, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I enjoy them.
No, of course. Honestly, nothing beats media that is no longer, nothing beats physical media. Digital media, it's great. I love it. I'm on it all the time. Too much, it's a problem. But there's something about physical media, whether it be DVDs or CDs or vinyl records. In my case, I've got a problem with that as well. Nothing beats having the thing there, especially when your favorite show is on a streaming site and then they take it down and they don't put it up anywhere and you can't get a DVD anywhere. But if you want to see this show, we're available on YouTube, Fax TV YouTube channel. Isn't that correct, Jay?
Yes, it is,
Yes,
Brian.
it is. And so you can stream this and watch this whenever you want, assuming that you can have internet access or have downloaded it from youtube.com. I know that I enjoy youtube.com, so much so that I call it youtube.com and not just YouTube. I give it the full respect it deserves, full name and all.
Good for you.
I know, right? There's very few things that I'll give that level of respect to, and youtube.com is one of them. Oh, man. Thank you for inviting me on your show, Jay. This is a lot of fun. I am having a lot of fun. We are not done just yet. I am just being in the moment and being sincere and saying that I do appreciate being here. I'm glad that I could come in and hang out with you, and it's been a while since we got to spend any length of time together. We're both busy off doing our own things, doing what we got to do, being who we got to be, and it's nice to take some time to hang out. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad. So, Jay, have you seen any good movies lately?
I know you're going to ask that.
Well, good. So I'm sure you got an answer for me.
Yes.
What did you say?
Mrs. Starfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Classic. Robin Williams. I love that movie. Pierce Brosnan doesn't get any real credit for being in that movie. And quite honestly, when you're playing the jerk that's trying to steal Robin Williams' wife away, what kind of recognition do you really want to get?
And Topple.
That's right. He got in trouble. Got hit in the back of the head with some fruit.
Ow.
That was... I don't know why, but that scene always stuck in my head. That one and the whipped cream pie, those are the two scenes that I remember most from Mrs. Doubtfire. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Does it still hold up?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just because it was the 90s and we liked it then, because it was Robin Williams.
Oh, speaking of that,
Speaking of that,
I have an hour show, Mork and Mindy.
oh yes, Mork and Mindy, the classic Robin Williams, where Robin Williams' star really rose.
You might watch for this one, if it's okay.
Yeah?
Nanu. Marcon also in. Oh, we gotta get serious here.
Yes, we do. You know the thing about Mork and Mindy that always kind of blew my mind, because I knew about it, but not originally. I didn't realize that it was a Happy Days spinoff.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it was what it was. It was Happy Days. It was Joni Loves Chachi, Mork and Mindy. I believe that there was another one. I, for the life of me, can't remember that. What I do remember is that the Fonz, Henry Winkler, was recently in the news.
Oh, he was the best.
He was the best. He still is the best. The man doesn't get enough respect for what he does. He did a lot of great stuff. He was in it was Scream. It was the movie Scream, I believe, where he played the principal. And I enjoyed that movie. that was a good Henry Winkler role. Henry Winkler didn't get enough credit for all of the stuff that he did outside of Happy Days.
Oh, I was in Happy Days.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. On the show today, we're going to talk about wildfires.
Yes, the wildfires out in California. There's a lot of...
And Ben will talk about that.
Oh, I will talk about that. Okay, well, thank goodness I have been watching the news. This is very rare that I am happy that I have watched the news, but this is the time where it comes in handy. There were, last that I was aware, 3 wildfires, partially contained for a while. There's been a lot of devastation, and it is terrible. It's unfortunate. I'm going to send out my sincerest wishes that people are safe and do the best that they can to come together as a community. And from everything that I've been seeing on the news, there has been a large drive for both relief and aid to Californians, from local Californians. And we've got firefighters coming in from Mexico and Canada and Washington State and all other states coming in to try and put out what fire that they can before the Santa Ana winds flare up again. It was so bad that they had to move the wild card game for the Los Angeles Rams to Arizona, which was a heck of a thing, and they managed to pull that off. I was watching the beginning of the game. I don't know the ending of the game, and so I don't know the score, and I don't know what happened, but I do wish Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams the best of luck in the season. Or if they've already lost, better luck next time, guys. There's always next year. It's a rebuilding year. That's all I can tell you, man. You got to rebuild. Just like the people in the wildfires, we're going to have to rebuild, however long it takes. And we will do that as a nation.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So why don't we get on to something that's slightly less depressing? You got any ideas, Jay? Because I'm out. No, I'm kidding. I have plenty of ideas, but this is your show, Jay. What else would you like to talk about today?
If you don't mind,
I do not mind at all.
let's talk about, how about some fireworks?
Fireworks. That is something that we can definitely talk about. I enjoy fireworks very much, as long as I'm not trying to sleep. That's really the only time I don't like fireworks. I for a while there, I was living in Manchester, New Hampshire. I was living within, I'd say, about a half a mile of the Bridge Street Bridge, which is where they would set off the annual fireworks for 4th of July. This was my first year here. I just moved to Manchester. I was unaware of it. I was staying home, and then at like 7:30, it started off. It was quiet, far away, but for then like an hour and a half, it was boom, 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 boom. I felt like I was under fire. If I had had an army helmet, I would have put it on and I would have hid under my bed, thinking that I had incoming fire coming in. Those are the only times that I don't like fireworks, but I do like fireworks. Otherwise, what would you say is your favorite kind of firework?
If it's okay to say.
It is okay to say.
You might have to help me on this
I will
one.
help you with this one.
Do you heard of reclasses?
The what?
It's when you time together.
Uh-huh.
You have to go off at the same time.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm not for doing that.
You're never doing that? That's probably for the best. That does not sound like proper fireworks handling safety. And I would suggest that you don't do that. Whatever you do, don't use Roman candles to shoot them at your cousin. I learned that the hard way. I'm kidding, but don't do that. I would have to say that my favorite firework is the Weeping Willow, when they shoot them up and then it goes and it comes down and it looks like a willow tree. Those were always my favorite as a kid to watch.
Wow.
Yes, I know. I was a very weird kid. I went to I was with my family at a fireworks show, and my cousins. We were all trying to we were naming the fireworks that's a Weeping Willow, or that's a Whizzy Bang, whatever, or I'm sure that they knew the legitimate names of the fireworks, but I was like 6 and I didn't know, and so I just came along. I'm like, yeah, that's a whatchamacallit, and they're like, the candy bar, and I said no.
No
Thank you.
way.
Good night. No, I'm kidding. It was a good night when you see fireworks. Any night that you see fireworks and it doesn't, keep you up past your bedtime, I would say is a good night. Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not if it keeps you awake.
Of course.
Then gets
That would not be good.
no.
Have you seen any good fireworks lately, Jay? Did you see any for New Year's? I know that some people like to shoot off fireworks in the new year.
Oh, thousands.
Thousands. Oh, geez.
I know that might take days.
Days or minutes or hours, depending upon how many you want to set off at one time. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there was this video that I saw of a fireworks display where they set off, I think it was like $500,000 worth of fireworks. It was supposed to be like a 15, 20-minute show, and it all went right at the same time. If you ever want to watch that and be like, that is a little too much, because you would think $500,000 worth of fireworks would be a lot of fireworks, but you have no idea how much. It's a lot more than you think.
Too much.
It's way too expensive. The price of fireworks is getting out of hand. It is. It's complete. It'll. That's probably a joke that I can't make on this show, so I'm going to step right aside of that. I would say if you need fireworks, come to New Hampshire. No sales tax. And if you can smuggle them into Massachusetts, you didn't get them from us. Right?
And you need to be what's the word I should say?
Careful?
No, not someone who knows what they're doing.
Yes, you should be an experienced pyrotechnics professional.
That's it. Thanks, Ben.
Yes, of course, an experienced pyrotechnic professional, or at the very least, the most sober person at the show. That's just from my personal experiences with family fireworks displays.
Wow.
Yes, wow is right. Okay.
And I like Ben because he says funny stuff to me.
Yes.
He said, you watch him, and he said, you got that right.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to keep their eyes on him to make sure he's not causing any trouble. But yes, I do say some funny things to you sometimes. Sometimes they are legitimately funny things, and sometimes he just thinks I'm funny, and I get a pass. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that was the funniest thing that I could ever say. So yes, I said that. That's 100%. But I say funny things because I'm not proud to admit this, mainly because my girlfriend gets mad at me when I do. I am a stand-up comedian, and I've been performing stand-up comedy for almost a decade now. And no, you haven't heard of me. And yes, that's for a good reason. But yes, so I do have the ability to make a couple of jokes, and I do make jokes, sometimes poorly, sometimes all right. It really depends on the crowd and whether or not the joke is any good or not. Yes, like for instance, would it be all right if I was to tell a joke on here?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ben.
Well, perfect. Thank you. This is one of the few jokes that I have that I know for a fact I can say on TV. I actually, it's because I've had a rough go of things lately. I had some bad luck. I angered a witch. I know some of you might not believe that. The witch is not the technical term. Wiccan, or whatever the self-prescribed label is for your average woman who goes to a magic shop and buys candles and incense and tries to manifest things. A witch is the term that she used. I angered her, and I found out the hard way that you shouldn't do that. I found that out when I woke up with a tree on my car.
Wow.
Yes, it was not good. It was I got up at about noon that day because I'm a real go-getter. I walked into my kitchen. It was a little darker than usual, and I'm like, this isn't right. I know the sun is out. I looked out the window and I saw the tree pressed up against the window. And underneath the tree, I saw my car, the hood of my car. And it was awful because, like, you ever have, and I knew that there was something going on with this because there were some weird coincidences. They all started to kind of pile up. Like the tree, it fell on my car, a Subaru Forester. You would think a Subaru Forester would be a tree-proof car. It's not the case. No. But that's not enough to really say, oh, there's something mystical at play. But then the coincidences started piling up. Like there was the fact that the tree fell on my Forester out back of my apartment building. Yeah, it was not good. That coincidence, it really impressed me, I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. And I didn't have any tools to like cut the tree down. I had like a tiny little Leatherman, so I had to cross trek down the street to get someone to give me a tool to help. And so I finally, I tried my best to get my car out from under the tree, but it was too late. It was not, I was not going to get it out of there. My car was done for. It was toast. And when something like that happens, really all you can do is bah-ha-ha about it.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. Yes, no, those are, for those of you who aren't car people, those are a bunch of Subaru puns. They're not good. I'm not claiming that they're the best joke ever. I tell that joke sometimes, and I think to myself, is this what I want my legacy to be? Man, this works better with a crowd. Oh, man. No, so yeah, that was my joke. Wow, it's been a while, ladies and gentlemen, since I've been on stage. So if you didn't find that funny, that is why. And if you found it funny, that's because I'm great. I'm not, but whatever you want to feel. Yes. So do you have anything else that you would like to talk about, or do you want me to close with my tight 5-minute set? I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. Seriously, I've got like 2 more jokes that I can tell, and that's it.
We still got time?
We still got time if you got something you want to talk about.
Sure.
What? Okay.
I want to talk about my family.
Okay.
If they're doing very good.
Well, good. It's always nice to hear that your family's doing good.
Like Sean,
Mm-hmm.
Stacy, Amy, Boss, Dan, and Auntie Danny, Uncle John, and our side of the family, Uncle Paul, and Uncle Merritt, Uncle John, Auntie Jeanine, and Jeff Cowan Manowano. Cowan, whoops, my mistake. And Philip and Thomas. Hi.
That is a long list of family members.
Yeah.
That is a large extended family.
And Molly and Riffy.
You can't forget that.
You what? Hey, you what? Okay. We have time for one more joke.
Oh, we have time for one more joke. I can definitely, yeah. I think that this is something that I could do. Do you want me to do my Jimmy Buffett joke, or would you like me to do something else?
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. Okay, that's another thing. Jay loves the Beach Boys. I love Jimmy Buffett. I'm a great big fan of Jimmy Buffett. I don't know why. I wish I knew. I really liked Jimmy Buffett. I was devastated when he. Well, I wasn't devastated. Devastated is a little strong of a word. I was sad when he passed. But I did enjoy Jimmy Buffett. He was, and he is still, a motivational person for me, because he is proof that if you do something right once, you can milk it the rest of your life. He had Margaritaville, which was a big hit in 1977, and he turned that into an empire of restaurants, outdoor lawn furniture, key lime pie filling, DUI attorneys. He just kept that thing going. He even had a retirement community for his fans. It's called Latitudes Margaritaville, because of course it is. And it's located in Daytona Beach, Florida, where his fans belong. No, it's a great, like, if I'm ever able to afford to live in a retirement community, which based upon everything that's gone on so far in my life, that's not happening. But if it was, I would want to be there. Because I looked into the place when I found I wanted to bring my dad there. He would not have done that. He would have been more if Meatloaf had one. That would have been his thing. But they have a lot of experiences there that I think he would have enjoyed. They have a camping experience called Jimmy Ruff It. They have the Gourmet Jimmy Buffet. Delicious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine, Jay. I am used to people interrupting, and you are not. You are fine. But then they had the only thing that they didn't have there, which I feel like you would need if you were a Jimmy Buffett fan in a retirement home, is a 12-step program. But let's be honest, if you're a Jimmy Buffett fan and you're retiring, you don't need one of those. Yeah, again, it's been a while since I've been on stage, ladies and gentlemen. So if that was not funny, that's why. If you thought that was great, again, it's because I'm the best. No, that's not the best. Man, as I'm thinking about it, I've got other jokes, and I'm trying to think of, what can I tell you? And then I remember, none of this is gonna be fit for the air. Like most of this isn't fit for me to tell anyone, even drunk strangers in a bar, which is normally what happens. And now I'm just like, okay, exit stage left. But no, man, I have had, all of these jokes are so inappropriate. And it's really bad because like I'm a dad now, and I can't be saying these things anymore. I really can't be saying these things anymore.
But the one I could say,
yes.
Probably no one's gonna laugh. It's watch the hair.
Watch the hair. That's right. Yes,
The-
because he has hair and you have to watch it. Because if you don't watch the hair, your hair ends up like mine.
and I don't like Britney Spears. If we catch my drift.
Mm-hmm. I think we catch your drift.
And
Yes.
before
We've still got a couple minutes.
okay, want me know when it's time.
If you want to do some before we goes, we can do the before we goes, and I'll. What did you want to say, Jay?
You gotta like this.
I'm sure I will.
I have a friend I like in here. His name is Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Don't push it. And I want to think. This is something else now. I want to thank the radio station in the past having music on. Pretending you didn't hear this. Christmas music. I want to thank Steve Hamill and Terry for putting that together this year. November 22nd. For all this time. I know. I don't need to overcode it. You want to say something too before we go?
Yeah, I can vamp for a minute or two.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I want to thank you, Jay, for allowing me to be on your show with you. I am honored, and it's a great thing to do. It's a nice It's a great way to spend some time, hang out with you. I always enjoy hanging out with you and doing it with you and watching and providing something for people to watch out in spaces of time for however long that ends up being and for however many people that want to watch it. I think that's great because if you're having fun, that's what's important. And I think we're having fun.
Yes.
Okay. And so we got under 30 seconds. So is there anything you want to say before we go?
I want to thank, what do you call right there?
The audience or the technician?
The audience.
Yes, we want to say thank you to our audience. They came to see us.
Can we say who?
We can say who. That would be Jess.
Yes.
Brian. And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank everybody for coming out.
And this is Jay and Ben signing off.
So long, folks.
Have a good weekend. See you next week. Same time, same station.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.